Here comes Bod. Bod's on his way to Barleymow's farm. But when he gets there, he sees Aunt Flo, Frank the Postman, and P.C. Copper in the fields. Aunt Flo is behaving most strangely. Why are you behaving like a chicken? Says Bod. Farmer Barleymow's chickens all got out in the gale last night, says Aunt Flo. They're up in the trees. Pretend to be a chicken with me, and they may come down to us. Go on, Flo and Bod. The cows have all got out too, and Frank the Postman is busy rounding them up. I must say delivering cows makes a change from delivering letters, says Frank. P.C. Copper mounts a donkey and rounds up the pigs and piglets. You know, I've always had a hankering to be in the mounted police, he says. Farmer Barleymow finishes mending all the fences, gates and doors that have been blown down by the wind. When all the animals are safely inside, P.C. Copper says, You know, Barleymow, I've never been over your farm before. It'd be ideal for a farmhouse holiday. You could give guests a wonderful bed and breakfast here, says Aunt Flo. Oh, breakfast, no problem, says Barleymow. But what about the bed? It's only mine, and I can't have all the guests in bed with me. I'll soon fix up the other bedrooms, says Frank. Leave it to me. Children could have a great holiday here, says Bod. With all these young animals, we could make the pet's corner. There's only one snag, says P.C. Copper. The farm's so tucked away, nobody will be able to find it. I'll put up some signs. When the house is ready, Bod and his friends leave Aunt Flo and Barleymow to prepare for the first guests. The next day, Frank the Postman arrives with a letter. Barleymow opens the letter, and it says, 3 gentlemen arriving tomorrow for bed and breakfast. But it's tomorrow today, says Aunt Flo, because that letter was written yesterday. They may be here any minute. There's a knock at the door. That must be them, she says. I wonder who they are. Hello, says Bod. Hello, says Frank. Hello, says P.C. Copper. As it's so nice here, we thought we'd be your first guests. Paying guests, of course. Oh, I wouldn't dream of you paying, says Barleymow. Just be my guests. My very first guests. So Barleymow provided the beds, Aunt Flo the breakfasts, and they all had a wonderful time helping on the farm. I must say, says Bod, it's a very good idea, this Bod and Breakfast. Bed and breakfast, I mean.
There goes Bod. And here comes... what? Can you spot what animal it is coming over the hill? It's an animal with horns. Now, cows got horns. No, they're too curly for a cow's horns. What else has got horns? Ah, whose face is that? It's a sheep. A ram. Oh, and he's going back down again. Now guess what's coming. Something with 2 long ears. Could it be a rabbit? Well, It could, but not with that face. It's a donkey. And off he goes again down the hill. Another one. What's this? No ears, no horns. Oh, well, whatever it is, he's off again. Here he comes back. Now then, look at those ears. Big floppy ones. What's got ears like that? And look at that nose. It's a pig. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pink piglets feeding from a trough. 5 pink piglets feeding from a trough. But if one pink piglet should suddenly be pushed off, there'd be 4 pink piglets feeding from the trough. 4 pink piglets feeding from the trough. But if one pink piglet should suddenly be pushed off, there'd be 3 pink piglets feeding from the trough. 3 pink piglets feeding from the trough. But if one pink piglet should suddenly be pushed off, there'd be 2 pink piglets feeding from the trough. 2 pink piglets feeding from the trough. But if one pink piglet should suddenly be pushed off, there'd be 1 pink piglet feeding from the trough. 1 pink piglet feeding from the trough. And if that pink piglet should suddenly be pushed off, there'd be no pink piglets. Just 1 fat pig feeding from the trough. That's an odd-looking pig. It's a picture drawn in 2 halves. Oh, now it's moving. Now it's got a fish's tail. Look, there are more halves. Lots more of them. There are 4 creatures there. Can you tell what they'll be when the spinning stops? Oh, that's not right. Look, the pig's got a rabbit's back. Spin again. No, they're not right yet. The rabbit's joined up to the pig. Once more. Ah, that's right. There they are, a pig and a rabbit, a dolphin and a butterfly. And that's a frog. Do you know who he is? It's Alberto Frog, about to conduct the amazing animal band. Animal band, prepare to play a 1, 2, 3. It's no good, said Alberto. We're just not playing well anymore. We need a rest. Yes. Oh, yawned Hippo. We need a rest. Let's go and find a nice quiet place for bed and breakfast in the country. Bed and breakfast, said the farmer's wife when the animal band arrived. And how many are there of you? 104. 5, said Alberto. I forgot young Monkey was with us. In the morning, after a breakfast when there was hardly enough eggs and milk to go round, Alberto went over the farm with the farmer. The cows looked very miserable. They're not giving much milk, said the farmer. Maybe music would cheer them up, said Alberto. Alberto looked long and hard at the most miserable cow of the herd, and the most miserable cow of the herd looked long and hard at Alberto. Music suitable for a cow, thought Alberto. No, that won't do. Something soothing. I know. He assembled the animal band by the cowsheds, and they started to play. Well, there was no doubt about it. The cows looked as if they enjoyed the music. And that morning they gave more milk than they had for a long time. "It worked," said the farmer. "Come and look at my hens." The hens weren't much to look at. "Haven't had a cluck out of them for weeks," said the farmer. "Leave alone an egg." "We'll soon put a stop to that," said Alberto. "Animal band, prepare to play hen-type music. 1, 2, 3. "Eggs, dozens of eggs," said the farmer. "They've never laid so many. Let's celebrate with another breakfast." At breakfast, the farmer said, "Alberto, I'll always play music to my animals now." "Make sure it's music they like," said Alberto. "How can I thank you?" said the farmer. "Well," said Alberto, Tiger knew what he was going to ask for. Hippo knew what he was going to ask for. Chimp knew what he was going to ask for. "I wouldn't say no to a milkshake," said Alberto. "Any particular flavour?" It's going to be lemon," thought Chimp. "It's going to be, black currant," thought Hippo. "It's going to be raspberry," thought Tiger. Oh, black currant, please," said Alberto. Hippo was right. Were you? There goes the animal band. And here comes... Do you remember? PC Copper. And here comes... Who's this? Aunt Flo. And here comes... Who is it? Frank the Postman. Another Frank, Snap. Barleymow and Frank the Postman. No, that's not Snap. That's two different pictures. You say Snap when you see two picture cards the same. Barleymow and Aunt Flo. No, that's not Snap. Barleymow and Copper. No. Barleymow and Barleymow. Barleymow on one side and Barleymow on the other. So that makes Snap. There goes Bod and his friends.